Hi everyone. It's been a minute since I've been on here. I've had several people ask me if I would do like a craft along with me video, and I thought I would show you how to make these tags today. I'm not the best teacher, but I'm going to do the best I can. So here's what the tags look like that we're going to work on today. And then I thought we would do a card at the end also. I'll show you the flip side of them. So on this card, this tag, the base is a coffee stained stencil that I did. So what I did is I dipped this Tim Holtz stencil in coffee and then applied it to white cardstock, put it down, and then lifted it up, and that's what it left. And when I did this tag, I used that as the base, but I also went in and used some ink and inked up at the roses, so it gave a couple different colors there. I always have to add pink to everything. It's a problem, but I don't think I'll change. Okay, so let's start with this one first. So I use the base of a card. Let's see. So we're going to use, this is our base, and I'm not even going to use a cutter. I'm just going to use my ruler to trim it back. And since that's going to be on the back of there, I'm going to, you know what? This is going to be, oh no, I can't. Let's see, I'm indecisive. All right, I'm not the best teacher, but I'm gonna work on it. Here we go. I'm just gonna tear away. And it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the great thing about doing junk journals, making tags and stuff. Nothing has to be perfect. I even like how that's sticking out. Sometimes I will ink up the edges with tea dye, Tim Holtz tea dye ink, but I decided on this one that I was going to ink it up with a rose color from Stampin' Up. And I'm gonna do the edges with the rose, and then we're gonna go in and ink these roses too. So let me see, let's do the tag. I will use scissors to cut across, just to cut across there. And so this is going to be the back of our tag. So we're going to go in and ink up the edges and the roses. And just add some color to it. This will be cut out on the top, so we won't ink that quite yet. So I like the coffee dyed effect and adding some pink to it. Okay, so that is the back of the tag. Then we're going to turn it around. And what I used was a paper. This is the paper I got. Usually I use printables, but I wanted to use up some of my paper that I've had for a while. And I bought this at Hobby Lobby, and it was the Paper Studio brand. So I like that as the backing here. Okay, so then I'm going to just tear around this with a ruler and use that as my base. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, my nails aren't working for me. There we go. We're going to go ahead and glue this down. I like to use Tombow glue because a little bit goes a long way. I used to sell Stampin' Up, and I used it a lot to make cards, and you just need only a little bit. And it doesn't put wrinkles in my paper. Okay, so that's the base of the card. So we have the back and the base, and we're going to trim this later to turn it into a tag. And this print I got from Graphics Fairy, and I printed it on old typewriter paper that my cousin gave me, and I just love the texture of it and the color of it. So let's see. So I cut, so this is how it looks before I trim it. And what I do is I take the print when I'm on Graphics Fairy, my file, I'll take it and I will choose 6 per page. That way they give me the size that I need for making tags. Okay, so we're going just to do some messy tearing with our ruler. Let me do... My nails, I just washed my hands, and you know how when you first wash them, nothing works, like it's all not sticking to my hand. So I'm just going to bend that up and then tear it. Okay, so that's going to go on there. And what I did is I put a paper bag behind it and crumbled that up. I actually saw a Sam Poole video the other day, and she did this around her black and white photos. And I just love the look because I love adding any type of texture or to dimension to what I'm doing. So here's a piece of a, this is just a lunch bag, and I'm going to, I've already crumbled it up a little bit, but we're going to crumble it up again. And then we're gonna get an idea of what size we need. And then we're just going to tear away from it. So, I mean, nothing fancy about it. I'm not a perfectionist, so junk journaling's perfect for me. Because I don't worry. You just rip it and go with it and make the best of it. Even see how that even tore a little bit? Anytime that I mess up, I say, oh, that's giving it character. Okay. And we'll do a little bit more of an edge here. Okay. So then what I do is I do a glue stick onto here. Just to hold it down while I'm wrapping the paper around it. Sometimes I'll use my sewing machine to make tags, but today I thought I'll just do it all on camera and without doing any sewing. Okay. So I love like the edges of this. And so what I did is on the original one, I like turned them up a little bit and just roughed it up. Okay, so we're gonna do like a fold and then another fold and squish it. Just work with your fingers. And we're adding dimension to this rose photo. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. The less perfect it is, the more character it has, in my mind. Okay, this I might trim a little bit off. It's just almost like a little too much down there. So you just fiddle with it till you get the look that you're wanting to achieve. We're going to do a little tear there. We're just adding character. Okay. And I will list all the items below that I used to make these. So we're just going to glue this on. Again, I'm going to do my Tombow glue. When I did this one, I made a pocket behind it. So you could see I didn't glue it all the way down, and it's a hidden pocket. Was I off camera? Probably. So anyhow, this one I ended up putting the glue down all over, but you could do each end and use that as a pocket also. Okay, so now we're going to cut it to make it look more like a tag. I just go with it. And we'll punch a hole. And I did coffee dyeing but then I like to add my pink around it. Okay. The reinforcement. So coffee dyed them, and then we're going to add some pink. And make it all blend together. In my world, pink is always better. So see how we have some white edges here? We're just going to add pink and blend it. We could even add it to the edges of the paper bag. Okay, on this one, I use Tim Holtz, they're called Ephemera pack-snipits. So I use these on there. And then on this tag, I used Sam Poole's stamps, and I have them somewhere. It's a stamp set, and it's called Dates from the Past. And this I stamped on a piece of paper. And so you have choices, but I really do love Sam Poole stamps. So this one, we might just grab a stamp and see what looks good. We could do a pink one. Or we could do something like that. So I just fiddle and see which one calls me or stands out to me. I sort of like the font on this one. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm going to ink the edges pink, and we're going to use this one. And we could even add a little bit of dimension to it. Or maybe we'll do that on the next one. I think we'll do that on the next one. So I'm just going to glue that down. And it couldn't even hurt just to bend up the edges, the corner. And I think what we'll do is, I love this ribbon. It looks like leaves. So I'm going to cut some of this off. And we'll use that as the top of the tag like I did on the other one. So I pull it through there and then loop my leaves through there. Of course, my fingers aren't working now that we're recording, but it'll be fun. Just roll with it. Okay, so that's our first tag that we've made. I'll set these aside. Here's another tag, and I used this paper. This was like you cover your drawers with it. What do they call it? Sachet paper? not sure. But it's by Cherry Bloom, and I can't find it anymore, and I don't even think she makes it, and I think she passed away. And then the base of this is Saturday Stamper, a printable. Okay. And then what I did here is I fussy cutted these roses, well, Rosebuds, and they're also from Graphics Fairy. So I fussy cut 2 of them so we could give it the 3D dimension. So I went ahead and did that, and I put them somewhere safe, somewhere here among all my things. Here they are. So I fussy cutted them, and then we're going to make them 3D on the tag. So we'll go ahead, and I think this time I'm just going to trace this. I think. Well, you know what? Guess what? I don't even have a pencil with me, so we're just going to cut around this. So it's your choice what you want to do. You don't have to cut with scissors. You could do it with the ruler like I did earlier. But this time I just thought I'll show you. So you could just do it like this and wing it. And we'll just cut across that. Okay, that's our base. And now you can see how I'm not the best perfect cutter, but it works. So now we're going to get some of this, and I'm going to just do the same thing. We're just going to trim right around the tag. Do that. I might even turn it this way so it lines up better. Because of course my sides aren't even, but that's the beauty of it. Because this is a drawer liner, it wants to roll, because they buy them in a roll, so it's just rolling up on me, but we're just gonna make it work. Now you don't even have to decorate the back of the tag, but I just like to do that from time to time. Okay, so that's the front of our tag, and we're going to glue the stem. I'm sorry, it's a cloudy day and there's shadows and the lighting isn't the best, but that's okay. I've learned to not sweat the small stuff and just go with it. And I'm not going to even worry about this being perfect, the edges, because we're going to ink those edges. We're going to go back and ink it with the pink again. just love how that looks. And we'll see if we have any white showing on this side and cover that up with the pink. Okay. So here's our two rosebuds that we fussy cut it out. And we're just going to glue one straight down. And my glue's here. Oh, look, I went down in there. We're gonna fussy cut this a little bit better. I just realized the original, I went down there. And that actually looks better because the font shows through. And I always grab little scissors to do the fussy cutting. It just makes it easier. I feel like this is called, I'm not sure, but I'll put it underneath. But I feel like it's Moss Rosebuds on Graphic Fairy, if you want to look for this. And this was a free item, a free printable. So you can even find these. Okay, we're going to glue this one straight down. Oh, okay, my glue wasn't coming out. There. Put it down. Now the next one that we're going to put over the top, we're going to use these dimensional dots, which gives it the 3D look that we're trying to achieve. Okay. So I just randomly put them on the back. Sometimes it's good just to use the tip of your scissors, but we'll see. It depends. I have a special tool for it, but of course I didn't grab that for this video. I thought I was prepared, but you know how that is. Usually when we're crafting, we have to run and grab a few things, right? Yeah, there's a special tool that you could use for this. And of course I don't have it. Did I already take that one off? Maybe I did. One more. Bear with me, sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to layer it exactly on here. You know what? Before I do that, we're going to ink it with pink, because that's what I did on the other one. It just covers some of the white, you know, when you don't do great fussy cutting. You just cover the edges. Okay. All right, so then we're gonna line it up. And there we go. we have them in 3D. So looking at this one, this is original. I did some embossing on this paper bag. I don't know if you could see it really good in this light, but it's from this embossing folder, and I just ran the paper bag through my machine, and I put little roses on there, and again we're adding some texture and dimension. So I just roughly just tear this off of here and just move it around and see how I like it. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's almost, there's an edge there. So I just move it around and see what looks good. And see, this one I curled a little bit. Just lift it up. It could be torn or whatever. Whatever feels right to you. And if we don't like that much edge, just tear it off. So I'm gonna just glue it down. I don't know which side I like better. I think I like the edge on that a little bit better. And I'm a slow crafter. I just realized how long this video is so far. So maybe we'll just do these two today and do another recording of the other ones. I don't like how that edge looks there, so we're just going to do a little trimming. There's no mistakes. You just mess with it and make it work. This it was like an old hair tie, and it came like this, and I just took it apart, and I just thought it looked great on here. So we're just gonna add those. And I even use this bow glue. That's how the strength of this is. So we'll do that at the end after I put the tie on. I'm going to try to speed it up a little bit here. What do we think? We like this one on there? I think that's a good one. That could work. Okay. And maybe this, I believe I did avocado dyeing with this, so maybe we'll put this one on here. And sometimes I tied bows, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I loop it through. So we have that. I could trim it. just pull the paper up around it and give our dimension. And then we're just going to try to glue these on. I think I might have cut it too long. Let's see. Let's do a little trim. I think I have a hair there. Oh my goodness. Crazy. So I'm just going to apply a lot of glue this time since this is a heavier item. And just try to squish the rose down. Only on camera. Yeah, it looks good like that. And I'm not going to touch it again and just let it dry. But every time I touch it, I lift it again. Okay. So that's what, and when this glue dries, it dries clear. So this is what we made today. And I will do other videos on the card, and hopefully I'll have some Christmas video tags coming up soon. Thanks so much for joining me, and please subscribe. I'll try to be faster next time. Thank you. Have a great day.